Welcome, lords and ladies, kings and queens, my noble court, to the Cosmic Archive, a living legendarium of a million worlds. I am Lord Master Leonis, your humble scribe, archivist, and curator of this fine establishment. Today, I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably be doing multiple reacts today, but this one is going to be the Cameo Collector by TheExCount. I haven't seen this one yet, but I've been told it's really, really good and that I should see it. So, as per usual, we'll watch it all the way through once, and then afterwards, I'll go through and react to everything more thoroughly. So, let's get into it, shall we? Ooh! That's a different beat than I expected.
Skybrows rolls in with a grin and a plan. Master of cameos, the hypeest man. He's got hearts in his chat and love in his themes, turning small moments to infinite dreams. With a kind word and laugh, he opens the door, shows the world why we all should want more. Skybrows, building his team, collecting the wildest VTuber dream. Links and pirates, slime and gun, vampire fiend, racist stealth, mass brain, redhead supreme. From demons to foxes, from monkeys to cats, he lifts every star. That's how he collects them, that's that.
This is very surreal looking.
There's a brilliant fox with a somber inner tails, an emperor griffin wing never fails. Paper grip gremlin who clips through the stream, money vampire, a duo live in the extreme. Underworld fox with a mysterious spark, couple so cute they light up the dark. Skybrows, building his team, collecting the wildest VTuber dream. Links and pirates, slime and gun, vampire fiend, racist stealth, mass brain, redhead supreme. From demons to foxes, from monkeys to cats, he lifts every star. That's how he collects them, that's that. No Pokeball, no net, no cage in sight, just support and cheers that burn extra bright. He shouts, "You're amazing," the whole world agrees. That's the secret magic that brings them to their knees. One by one they join the chaotic crew, 'cause Skybrows believes in every one of you.
That's cute.
Skybrows, king of the cameo scene. Got more VTubers than you've ever seen. Catgirl purrs, dewdrop sparks, Griffin takes flight. Every weirdo treasure shining so bright. From slime fade giggles to demon roar so loud. He's the collector who makes the whole internet proud. So here's to Skybrows, the cameo.
Does he have an elf ear now?
Stream into a treasure float. Keep lifting them high, keep the love on repeat. The weirdest collection, but damn, it's sweet.
Yeah, that ends quite abruptly, doesn't it? Okay, that was interesting. That's a much brighter of a song than we've been reacting to lately. Just a very feel good song. So we're going to go through and try to see what's going on. I actually did not turn the captions on, which I should have, so we could see the words, but we'll see it this time. This is a little shorter. The ones we were watching before were a little longer. I like that he's using the Skybrows model from Crybrows. That's a very nice one.
Skybrows rolls in with a grin and
I'm actually curious. Was there a plan? Because it always struck me as like he was just that's just his nature. Like he just reaches out and helps people, and that's just in his nature. I don't know if he originally planned to like build anything out of it. I'm curious if there was a plan. Maybe there was. Maybe he just saw something he could change in the world and decided he was going to do it. Also, I don't think he's actually done a direct. Um, Man, that just made it worse. I don't think he's done anything directly with Neuro or Vettel, but he definitely puts them in his videos a lot. Vettel, of course, being one of the biggest AI content creators in the space right now. I would say he's probably bigger than Skybrows, but he doesn't do what Skybrows does. And of course, we've got Manjaro. This guy has? I think originally this was just part of one of the songs he made, and it wasn't like necessarily meant to be a recurring character, but the community's made it a recurring character, especially after Crybrows. Turning small moments to infinite dreams. I guess you could say that, yeah. I like this house. This looks like an old like 1960s pre-color television um set piece. So he does do this with a kind word and a laugh. He opens the door. Like that's how I got in. He just sort of was like, "Hey, I really like your commentary and the stuff you're doing, and it's really good." Um, and then actually, I didn't get in right away. I was just sort of like cruising around on Twitter, and then Counterintelligence found me. Yeah, we all should want more. That's for sure. Is this? This is interesting because I think this is a different background than he was at the beginning of this. So is this also doesn't look like his um spaceship outside of time either. So I'm kind of curious. You do be out here collecting the VTubers. I'm finding it a little tougher. I don't know who this guy is. Is this counterintelligent? Or maybe the night something. He's one of the moderators in the Discord. Yes. Powder recently she's come under a lot of fire for being controversial. She recently they did some white VTuber award thing. If I understand correctly, the context for that was there was a black VTuber award thing, and then there were a bunch of people who were like, why is it got to be a black VTuber award? Why not just make VTuber awards for people who do good work and do it solely based off of merit? And then so they countermanded by creating a white VTuber award, but that may not be the correct context. I don't know entirely if I'm right about that. Um, I don't personally see a problem with a Black VTuber award ceremony, but I don't know why it turned into this whole thing. I just know that this happened, and the other big mention besides Powder being like the white VTuber that won uh, is Leaflet getting most racist was another thing that that happened, and I guess I'm not 100% sure if this was run by actual people on this side or if it was meant to be like a parody that was making fun by name calling people in the white VTuber community. I'm not clear on the specifics of this. And to be 100% honest, I don't really want to be. This seems like one of those really annoying political arguments that really doesn't matter in the long run, in my opinion. I see Redhead Supreme, and I assume, because it also says this later, Ember's on screen, that that's who he's talking about. This is obviously Smugalana is her name. This is obviously Smugalana. I think it's fascinating, this shot, because this is very clearly like an Oriental temple style building. And it is true that Alana wears like Oriental style clothing on her avatar, and that she has foxtails. And I guess I don't know if she's supposed to be specifically like a Kisune or an Inari fox, but she is a fox girl of some kind, and she has the tail. But what I find really fascinating about this is Alana's actually Russian. She's not Asian at all. She's Russian, and if you actually watch some of her streams, she has Russian viewers, and sometimes she will have short conversations with them in Russian about things that are going on in the world. It's a very fascinating thing to watch. This chromatic aberration is like out of control. I don't know like what the intention was with that, Mr. Count, but like it's a lot. It's a lot for sure. I just now am noticing his door says VTuber collection on it. Okay, so here he's fighting Feeble Mind, who is also one of his I want to exit out of that. Is also one of his mods, but I think Feeble Mind is a content creator first. It became a mod later. I'm not sure about that. But he and Feeble Mind get along pretty well. I do not know who this guy with the crown is. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Is this? I'm tempted now to say, is this the TheExCount? I've seen TheExCount in the Discord, but he changes his profile pic frequently, so I don't know like what's the character associated with him, like the character design. This is Kitsune Mizuki, who I think is still recovering her throat, but she's been pretty active on Twitter. A somber in her tails. I'm not sure what that means. Brilliant fox with a somber in her tails. Okay, so I suppose you could say a somber, because the third definition of somber, they have associated as to be dark or gloomy, of a serious mind, or a dull or heavy cast or shadow. So I guess you could say, especially with her new design, that she has a somber in her tails. This is Griffin Knight. And he's being described as an emperor with griffin wing. Okay. Is he an emperor? I thought he was a knight. Paperclip gremlin that clips through the stream. I'm pretty sure that's in reference to Penny Bloomfield. She does a lot of the she'll put up a video reacting to Skybrows, and then in her description she'll update the description with all the different cameos and stuff that's in it. This says Honey Vampire. Honey Vampire? I don't know much about Shiro Shikage. Is that his thing? He's a vampire? I thought he was a demon. My bad. This is Lifu Lifu. Okay, I'm now aware that some of the people that I was not sure about if they were Underworld Fox in the last video definitely are not Underworld Fox, and this is what his avatar looks like. He has like the coat and the one shoulder pad, and occasionally he wears like a full suit of armor. Rev and Straub. Actually, you know, what's interesting about this is they're actually in like a cathedral, which makes sense if you know about Rev and Straub, because Straub is very openly Christian. I don't know if Rev has specifically talked about that, about his religion in his work, but Rev defends his wife quite vehemently, so I would imagine he too holds Christian values. I just realized the AI gave her 2 hands up here and for some reason a 3rd hand over here. Very interesting. But I get worse results with my AI, so I can't blame it. Nuxtaku. I don't think Nux has ever done anything directly with Skybrows. I think Skybrows would be probably glad to, but I think Nux kind of keeps a distance. And they're watching him on screen there too. Okay, I now know that this guy's name is Reaving Mango. It took me, 7 videos to finally get that one locked in my brain, and I'm genuinely sorry about that. I am curious why Reaving Mango specifically is the one on the battleship. This is Lord Intellectual. So the current situation with Lord Intellectual that I'm aware of is he actually lost his YouTube account due to some kind of glitch on Google's side that determined that they couldn't figure out that he was who he said he was. And so his only options are either to dox himself or to basically get a new channel or something. I'm not sure what the situation is. He really wants to get his old account back. He doesn't want to have to start a new one. But he did put up a video on X about it, where he explains sort of the situation that's going on and the messed up catch-22 it gets him stuck in, where basically like he has to confirm his identity, but to do so he has to get into the account to do it, but you can't get into the account unless you confirm your identity, and it's this terrible loop he's stuck in. So he, I find that very sad because he's one of my favorite content creators right now. He's out here trying to be the middle ground, try to actually stay in the middle and not take a side right or left, which is what I think should be the case. Like, you should try very hard to legitimately look at things. And when you say that, when you say that something is wrong in your opinion, you're not doing it out of like a, well, that's on the other side of the fence from me, so therefore it's wrong. But rather from a place where you're looking at it and going, this is what you're suggesting. This is the sort of outcomes of attempting to do this in the past. Here's sort of the things that may have changed since then. Here's what I think the outcome would come out to now. I don't like that outcome, so I don't want to agree with that premise. You know, think through these things and why you don't want something or do want something. And he's really big into trying to get you to think like that. Hold on, what did he just say? Hold on. Okay, he's building his team. Collecting the wildest VTuber dream. Lynx and pirates loving guns. Okay, so I assume that's referring to Lusty Lynx, which I didn't mention earlier. Lusty Lynx was the one watching him on the computer screen. Lynx, pirates loving guns, vampire feed. Is the idea there that he has like a bowl of blood or something to coax Shiro Shikage along? Like, here boy, here boy. That's a messed up image. I don't want to imagine that. Race, a stealth mass brain, redhead supreme. I'm gonna be 100% honest. These lyrics are not making a lot of sense to me. I like the visuals though. The visuals are very nice. I like, actually what I like here is that the AI actually did a pretty decent job of showing her in the mirror, except she is clearly sitting in a chair and we don't see the chair in front of her here. So this part of her dress and everything, the chair arm and all that should be in front of it. But otherwise, it did a pretty good job of modeling her in the mirror and her motions compared to the motion she's doing in the front here. From demons to foxes to monkeys to cats. That part makes sense. That makes sense to me. Oh, and this is Kirsch. That is the funkiest version of Skybrows we've seen yet. What is this? Bro has like a rhinoceros horn on his nose. What is that? Holy, bro.
How he collects them, that's that.
Who is this guy? I've seen him now in a few of these cameo things. I don't know who this is.
No Pokeball.
Wait, did he just burn up his...
Collects them, that's that.
Yeah, it looks like he's like burning up the staff like this. Oh, I guess the staff's still there. It's just like moving. It's like a match almost. And he's just like summoning the sun over here, Knight of Artorias.
No Pokeball, no net. No.
Again, we've got the mummy, and I still don't know who the mummy is. I haven't even heard anyone tell me who the mummy is. I legit don't know who the mummy is. And I haven't seen any of their stuff come up on my timeline, so like I've kind of looked around. There's a few VTubers that have like mummy style models, but I don't know which one this is. What? Oh, of course, Pippa. No cage in sight. What is this? That's how he collects them. That's that. Oh, no Pokeball, no net, no cage in sight. Okay, so the idea is he's collecting VTubers, but he's not like catching them and holding them against their will. Just supporting chairs that burn extra bright. I think my ass would hurt. I don't think he actually did anything with Fillion, did he? I love how what they've done with Fillion here is made her like really, really acrobatic, because that's like her whole thing. Is she puts on the 3D harness and she like runs around and does acrobatics. That's the secret magic. Now who is this? This looks similar to the Angel character that showed up in a couple of his videos, but different enough that I'd be willing to believe that it's a different character. I don't know who this is. To their knees, one by one. This is Bapella, and it looks like they're eating not very appetizing looking pies, honestly. That kind of looks like it's filled with beans. They join the chaotic crew, 'cause Skybrows believes in every one of you. Now that part I believe, because he's been really, really positive about that. A very positive force in just helping people understand that, like, even when you think you don't do enough, you don't have enough, you don't got enough. Like, yeah, you do. You just have to apply what you have. And that way he's been very, very encouraging to a lot of us. Okay, this is what I meant, by the way. This is Lusty Lynx here. This is Lusty Lynx in an outfit that would absolutely get her spoiled for adult content on X. Wait. I saw Psychro in that, but I don't remember seeing Psychro before, though. Yeah, you have Psychro here, and you have Gaming Syndicate. By the way, this outfit, I'll be honest, from what I remember seeing of Gaming Syndicate in the past, he was just kind of like in like a black hoodie. I don't know where this Emperor outfit came from, but God, is it ever peak. That is so kick-ass looking. I think Asmund just very recently found out about Skybrows. Someone got him watching A Million Amelias. But there were a lot of people who were really trying to keep him from seeing Skybrows videos. Banana Juju. Eustace the Useful. I've been seeing him pop up a lot more now. He's in a lot more of my feed. He seems to be doing pretty well for himself. He had a podcast going with Mizuki before her throat got damaged. And now I've been seeing him in some videos with Night Owl and Feeble Mind a bit. Catro Purse. Hold on. Now I have to go back and see these lyrics. Skybrows, king of the cameo scene. Got more YouTubers than you ever seen. Yeah, I don't think I can challenge this statement at all. I think it's pretty much objectively correct. Catro, I think that's supposed to be Cat Girl Purse, but the CC is not doing it well. Cat Girl Purse who drops bars? Or is he referring to Eustace as Catro, like Anthro, but it's a cat? Griffin takes flight. Every weirdo treasure shining so bright. This girl looks familiar. In my head, I want to say Silent Bell, but that is not the design of Silent Bell. I don't know who this is, but she looks very familiar. This is a Cosmic Otaku. I like his videos because they're like mine. He pauses a ton and yaps and yaps and yaps for an eternity like I do. This would be someone I'd love to do a cameo with one, or not a cameo, like a collab with one day. I feel like we could have really fun conversations. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. What's this? Shining so bright from Slime Bay Giggles to Demon Roar. I assume by Slime Bay he's referring to Leaflet because she's the slime girl. This guy's shown up in a bunch of the cameo. Well, I say cameo. I mean, he has shown up in cameos, but he's shown up in a bunch of the content around Skybrows. A lot of the fan content around Skybrows, like this video is. And I don't know who he is, but apparently he was some kind of singer or something. I'm not clear on that. Someone mentioned him in one of the other videos I did a react to. I also don't know who this is, but this guy looks like he might be Roboticus Prime, who I've seen him popping up on my X feed. Also, yeah, he has elf ears here. That's crazy. So he like went to another world and took another form or something? That is something. Captain Keen. I'll be honest, probably of all the people in the Discord, him and Skybrows probably intimidate me the most. The rest of them seem pretty approachable. Oh, man. I'm gonna feel bad now. What's his X-Cross? Is that his name? He was one of the first Skybros to come in and welcome me into the fold, so I feel very bad not remembering his name. Keep the love on repeat. Hold on, what does he say here? The Cameo King, turn every stream into a treasure. Okay, keep lifting them high. So keep lifting them high, keep the love on repeat. This definitely seems like what Sky is trying to do. This is Mavluck, by the way. I'm trying to remember to say the cameos as I see them. I also realize I did not mention Leaflet or Asari at the very start of the video either. But damn, I think this is Night Owl, but I know that because this has a very blasé design. I don't know if blasé is the right word for it. Very it's not a very intense design. It's basically just a hoodie and some pants, and he has this design, but he also has like a really cool design of him in like black blue armor that he's been using to interact with Revi and Tally on X. So, but I'm pretty sure this is Night Owl. Okay, this is I want to say it's like something Sen. I realize that the military uniform fox is an entirely different character from Underworld now. I feel very embarrassed to even confuse the two. I want to say it's like Cyrus Sen or something like that. I'm probably completely off, but as far as I've seen, he's more recent. I have no idea if that's the case, but I've only seen him pop up more recently. Hold on.
Sweet.
I'm trying to figure out. I think this is Nines. This is Psycho VT. I haven't seen much of his stuff yet. I'm going to react to some of his stuff in the not too distant future as well. He's someone a lot of people like, and I really love his drip. Like this drip, the sort of longer coat he has in some of his images of himself. I love the top hat. Got one of my own. But yeah, I really like his sort of like super dapper gentleman in the middle of the post-apocalypse. I love that juxtaposition. It's just really good. It's a peak aesthetic. Very well done. I've already said my piece about Gaming Syndicate's design here. I don't know if Gaming Syndicate is using this design regularly now, but it has popped up in a number. I think, if I recall correctly, this is the design Lady Wasabi gave him in Louisverse, actually. And it just fit him really well, so a lot of people have been putting him in this design. Yeah, that chromatic aberration just went crazy for that entire video. Oh, this is a very well done video, Excount. I think you did, even though some of the lyrics did not make a lot of sense to me, you did nail like this idea of Skybrows just coming around and like picking people up and taking them with him and raising them up and lifting them up and kind of helping them figure out where they go and what they should do. I think, well, I mean, not what they should do per se, but he kind of gives them a road to walk on and some support and help, because I think a lot of people have been floundering, not sure what to do, and especially in an AI. Like, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I've been using nicer AI images, like some very cleaner, higher quality, I guess, AI images of my model in my thumbnails. And I have about 15 of those, and they were all made by my brother using Comfy UI. However, when I asked him if it was okay for me to use them, he was like, "Yeah, go ahead. You can use them. I don't mind. I don't care what you do with them. But don't tell anybody that they're from me. I don't want to be associated with them because I don't want the flack that comes with being an AI artist." And when he told me that, I had to remember that, like, yeah, outside of Skybrows's community, AI artists are very much looked down upon by probably the majority. A lot of people view AI artists as like not real artists because, well, you couldn't draw it yourself, so you don't deserve to have the art. I've seen some posts like that on X/Twitter recently too. So it's nice to see someone in that circle lifting people up, telling them, "No, it's fine. Let me get you hooked up with some other folks. We're gonna help you out. You don't have to worry about the stigmata of being an AI artist." I hope my brother can be part of that one day too, but I think right now he would probably tell me he doesn't really want to involve himself like that, which is a bummer. But that all having been said, for those who do or have watched any of my older content, not the same brother that I have coming on all the time and playing with me. Ripple is my brother. That's not him. I have 3 brothers. One of my brothers just does not. He makes AI art, but he does not like he doesn't want the stigmata of being an AI artist. So it's sad. So yeah, it's always, I think TheExCount's done a really good job of showing like the basic idea of what Skybrows stands for, at least from the point of view of the community. I don't know, like, I obviously don't know how Skybrows feels internally, but he's clearly down for all this. So I think he just wants to help people at the end of the day. He just strikes me as the kind of guy who just wants to help people. This song seems like a really good celebration of that. So I appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of the people in it appreciate it as well. So that's about all I have to say about it. So I guess till next time, my curious scholars. Bye bye.